Hey guys, it's me. Well, you don't actually know me yet, but you will soon enough. I just wanted to thank you for giving us a listen and ask for a little favor. Since we're a new show, if you enjoy it, it would really help us to share it with your friends and on social media. Give us a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you found us, and join our Discord. We're looking forward to hearing from you guys. We'll put a link in the description for that. I also do realize that we didn't put much info on our characters in. For the most part, we're planning on letting their backstories unfold, but we are planning on recording an episode 1.5 to explain their appearance and backstories a little bit better. One last thing, our audio quality wasn't as great as we would have liked, but it's not terrible, so I hope that we can get better quality out to you soon in the upcoming episodes. It's kind of hard to record and not talk over each other when we're in quarantine and we can't see each other face to face, and we're just doing it over Discord. So thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy the show. Join us as our heroes venture through the lands of Gardburath. Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of Heroes of Baldurath. We're getting everything figured out. So we're going to do some character introductions. Let's start with Henry. Should we introduce ourselves first?
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I am Stuart. I'm the DM. I'm going to be running these campaigns. I hope you guys enjoy them. All right, who's next?
The top of the list, yo.
Oh shoot!
Donkles, you're up.
Oh boy. Hi guys, I'm Henry. I'm gonna be playing a tiefling warlock named Rowala Siros.
I'm Baxter. I'm going to be playing a human wizard named Heath Starbrow. The name is non-negotiable. Screw you.
I'm Indy. I'm going to be playing a human cleric called Alban Malrakir.
I'm Sean. I'm going to be playing a human fighter called Adrian Kraus.
I am Tristan. I'm going to be playing a male Goliath monk. He's not an airbender, he's a monk.
So like an airbender? Or...
No, he is not an airbender.
Is it just an airbender?
Until the Fire Nation attack.
I am not an airbender!
What's the airbender's name?
It's Alghu Gunvold.
Alghu Gunvold.
He's Mongolian. He can throat whistle.
He's monk.
He can throw it with
Classic airbender background.
with his airbending.
You're airbending in all but the...
Listen, I know my two abilities consist of Unbroken Air and Gale Spirits, but it's just a coincidence.
This is really not helping you.
I'm going to try and keep an overall story for you guys, but at the same time, I really want character backstories to come through. So I'm going to do my best for that. If you guys would help me out, that would be great. And then role-playing would be good. All right, I'm going to give a quick intro to where you guys are. You all have been recruited for your mandatory military service required of all citizens of Gardburath. For the past year or so, you've been assigned to Overseer Merfellis' land under Captain Shulbrek of Fort Red Rock. With the exception of a surge of refugees due to a power struggle between the reptilian humanoids from Greenpoint Lake, not much has been eventful during your time here. Due to these refugees, your efforts have been focused on maintaining the peace and order of Fort Red Rock. Fort Red Rock is a large dwarven stronghold, resulting from the hollowing out of a red stone plateau. There is but one grand staircase carved out giving access to the city. Several gatehouses and portcullises along its route would make it very difficult to siege. On top of the plateau resides large markets, as well as many buildings integral to the empire. The human population of the fort, along with a handful of gnomes and a speckling of elves, tend to dwell here. The streets are paved with quartz grates to allow farms to be kept here just under the surface of the plateau, sheltering the plants from winds that are known to pick up. Below these farms lie many more layers of buildings, home to dwarves and the majority of other races. You have been tasked to keep this fort safe, and are members of the Rift Watch. All right, so you guys have spent a long day. Today was your day off, and I want to hear what you guys were doing during your grand day off.
Well, since we've been-
Question.
Yeah.
Was it the half like reptilian people? Were they the refugees that we're protecting, or was it refugees caused by an attack of these reptilian people?
Oh, okay. So there's a power struggle up to the northwest of you guys at a place called Fort Green Lake. The refugees were coming to Fort Red Rock. So it's really been pretty uneventful.
Well, the refugees are what, like humans and elves that were driven out by, like.
You mentioned like lizard folk, I think.
Yes, the lizard folk and elves had a power struggle with the
Okay.
kobolds and the dwarves. You guys were far enough away that it didn't affect you guys directly. So there was a whole bunch of kobold refugees.
Yes, they're called.
Oh, kobold refugees. Okay.
Yep. So what were you guys doing on your day off? Let's start with Rowala.
I'm probably in the local library researching history because I'm a freaking baller.
Nerd.
Super nerd.
Yep, super nerd over here.
Okay. What about Alban?
I think I'm going to go to the cemetery, hang out there, and just kind of read tombstones.
Okay, so we got a nerd and a goth man. Adrian.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna just sort of go around carousing with some of the other guys who are on their leave day, and maybe write a letter or two to send back home.
All right.
Does somebody
what about-
miss his mommy?
No, mommy's dead, but I have a sister and a brother I gotta look after. So
Okay, well, that I have to bring the tone
I
down like
gotta
that.
check in, gotta see how they're doing, you know.
All right. Heath, where are you
So
at?
yes, I do miss mom.
Well, I'm looking for a great deal on a good chair. I want like a great ratio of comfort to cost. You know what I'm saying?
But get a cushioned folding chair so you can actually use it.
Yeah. Well, if it's cushioned and folding, you got to be careful. Like, what material is it made out of? Is it going to be expensive? You know, I don't have that much money on me.
He really thinks about his chairs.
Yes, how all
Well, yeah.
epics start with the purchasing of a comfy
Of course.
chair.
Well, that's what
Okay.
I'm at.
Alghu, where are you at? What are you doing spending your day off?
Alghu not very wise. Or Alghu not very smart, but Alghu very wise. So Alghu meditate.
All right. So,
Al Ghul, cousins to Ra's al Ghul.
okay, here we go. So after your guys' day off, you head back to your humble abodes, the barracks of Fort Red Rock. And waiting for you on your beds is each of you a little note that says, Captain Shulbreck would like to see you.
Trollback?
Yeah,
Oh
Captain
crap!
Shulbreck.
What did I do this time? Did I fall asleep during watch again?
I think that's a question. You don't know.
Did I do
For me,
that?
You're like, well, maybe I did.
Does my chair match my cot?
Baxter, what is your dream chair?
I don't know, man. Let me like get in the headspace of Heath. Like,
Okay.
he's gonna want something cushioned, but like he also wants wood with some nice accents. Probably like dark walnut. You know what I'm saying?
Dark walnut.
There's gonna be
Amazing.
5 people who watch this, and they're gonna immediately unsubscribe due to this chair buying.
Chair buying. 5 people who watch this are here for the chair buying.
I'm unsubscribing due to the chair.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You
Bed
got-
and chairs. Go ahead.
You have acquired your dream chair.
Oh, dope. Oh my gosh.
Place it next to your bed and notice the note that says Captain Shulbreck would like to see you.
Is it travel ready?
It's got cup holders if you really want them.
What's a
And
cup?
a key. And
Mug holders, mug holders,
I don't have
finger
cups.
holders.
Got a horn.
tankard holders.
I'm writing goblet holders down. Chalice holders?
Ooh.
Okay, so anyway, you're being summoned to Captain Shulbreck's.
Correct.
Yep.
All of us?
You guys just, yep, each one of you individually has a note that says
Has received
Captain
a note
Shulbreck.
that says, hey, go and see Captain Shulbreck.
That's convenient.
All right, I guess I'm going to see Captain
I'm
Schulbrick.
gonna go see Captain Showbrook. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
dude. I hope he doesn't
Oh.
fire me.
Yeah, he's the boss.
I see the other guys running, and I'm like, I'll beat you there. So I start running.
Okay, so
I'm gonna continue to walk casually there.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
not in a
Run,
hurry.
man.
It didn't say it was urgent.
so you make it to Captain Schulbrecht's, far beyond anyone else.
No one was trying.
Yep. Everyone
Everyone
else
else like,
is
wow,
just,
that
you know,
dude just booked. Wow.
casually walking.
What's he doing?
Try for a wizard.
What's he in trouble for, man?
So you all end up getting to Captain Schulbrecht's, and he has been there for quite some time when the rest of the group gets there. And I'm assuming you guys would have seen each other around during duty. You might have served a couple guard duties together or
I mean,
whatever here and there.
kind of hard to not be noticed when I'm probably the only tiefling on duty.
Fair enough, dog.
Point. Evil spawn.
Oh,
shut
got
up.
him.
Hey, there's no need to be angry here. Come on.
You knock on Captain Schulbrecht's door, I'm guessing. And
Yeah.
he beckons you in, and Captain Schulbrecht is a well-built dwarf in half plate. He has a reddish-brown, partially braided beard and a bald, shining head. And he shuffles over to his desk and sits down and props his feet up on the desk. In his beard, he has a huge, brightly polished golden bead for his military rank and awards, along with the kill count beads that are typically on dwarven military. They sum a total of 237 confirmed kills, 3 of which seem to have been werewolves, as he has 3 claws corresponding to the kill marks for werewolves hanging from his beard.
He's got 200 and something beads in his beard.
No,
That
so how
is-
the beads will work is once you hit a certain point, they give you a bead for like 10. And then if
Okay.
you hit 5 10s, you can change them in for 50.
Switching in 5 nickels for a quarter.
Yeah. His desk is pretty clear. There's a few sheets of paper, and they look really important. Schulbrecht has clearly been issued a human-sized desk because he looks a little bit awkward with his feet propped up so high. And each of you have never personally been to Schulbrecht's office, but it's a small, tidy room made of smooth, reddish conglomerate rock. There's an armor rack in the corner and a large silver warhammer that is leaning against the wall next to it. 5 large padded wooden chairs sit in front of the desk. They are walnut. They are engraved, high-tier folding chairs. Sitting awkwardly
We
in
gotta
his
get us
face in
some
front of
of
his
those.
desk, and he gestures for you guys to sit. Sit down, please.
Chair is too small for Alghu.
I'm like, wait a minute. I have a really good chair. I'm gonna go back.
No, please.
You're
What
gonna
I have to
leave
say
the
will only take a few minutes.
It'll only take like 2 seconds.
By the time
Okay.
you get back, my man, he's gonna be done explaining. You're not gonna know what's going on. Just take a seat.
Good point. Fine.
Okay.
Can I
So-
slam my butt in the chair as hard as I can to try to break it?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Strength check.
spin the chair
Strength
around
check?
and sit on it like an edgy boy.
An edgy boy.
Because I've got a tail. It's gonna
As
be
he,
kind of
as
hard.
he does that, I push
That's
the chair.
understandable.
Okay, let me
All
roll.
right, Tristan, give me a strength check.
Welcome to Heroes of Gardburath, where we, for 30 minutes, talk about how we interact with chairs.
Hey, look, it's a very important thing to lock down about your character.
Chair
did.
simulator.
It was my plan.
Pretty clear.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, you do not break the chair. In fact, your butt hurts a little bit.
Oh, wait.
By the padding.
With my modifier, right? So it's a 12.
Yes, with your mom.
Sorry, I'm stupid.
Okay.
What's D&D? Huh?
I don't think Tristan's played very much. He's probably played the least out of all of us.
Ooh.
Okay, so anyway, you guys sit down in these chairs, and Captain Schulbrecht looks over at Sean, who has been a soldier for quite some time, and
I mean, only for as long as everyone else.
I think you mean
I should
Adrian.
say Adrian.
Yes,
Adrian is
my
in fact
bad.
only 18 still. He's
Oh, dude,
And
he signed
Same.
up as early as he could.
out of all of you, he's the highest rank. He's a journeyman, and he says, "I'm proud with all of you guys' work. You have been serving the Empire well, and I am pleased to have you in Fort Red Rock for your period of service. However, that is soon coming to an end. Adrian, I can offer you a promotion if you would like to stay on, and of course, your family would be very taken care of. We could arrange for your siblings to be moved to a small plot of land in the safety of Gardburath City. They would be given 10
That
gold
sounds
a week.
excellent.
Maybe we could even arrange for schooling for them, and my pleasure. The rest of you, we have a small task for you to finish off your service, and it's rather simple, but it's the protection of a small rat folk who has been asking for aid. He seems to be a little paranoid. We offered that we would give him protection for a week and see if his claims are valid or not.
Does he seem paranoid about?
Well, he's mentioned how he's come from far in the east. I think he mentioned he was actually from Log Korek, but he's far from home, and he is a, what is the word? Someone who studies ancient ruins. Archaeologist.
Chicago.
Yes. And, he has some stone tablet that said it led him here, and claims that he's seen things and people following him, but honestly, I think it's not something huge to worry about.
Alghu says this.
At the mention of a stone tablet, I immediately lean in because I used to be an archaeologist.
Alghu says one thing. Man claims to have problem, but a loaded wagon makes no noise.
Thank you, Alban. That was very wise.
Captain Schulbrecht looks at you, kind of puzzled, not really getting your Goliath figures of speech, and says, well, maybe that's got some wisdom behind it.
And I
Sure.
look at Captain Schulbrecht and I shake my head quietly. Shake it.
What Alghu tries to say, maybe man place trap.
That's what we're here for. What did you think?
Sure, come on, all trained soldiers then, huh? It's,
So, as you
Sorry.
does he
say
have a
this,
name, Captain? Do you know where he is right now? We should probably go meet him.
yeah, as you say this,
This trap.
a little rat folk guy shuffles in. He's moving awkwardly, trying not to drop the scrolls and journals he holds, and his backpack is clearly stuffed full of books. He's small, even for a rat folk, and pretty spindly, and he's covered in brown hair except for one large gray patch on his left eye. The colors of his eyes are also different because of the different fur. He bows, trying to show respect, and drops his books and scrolls everywhere, and then scrambles to pick them up. And he goes,
I'll help him pick
"I'm
up
sorry."
books.
I'm gonna help him pick up his books and take a peek at what he's been reading.
My name's Grey Patch. Pleased
What's
to
up,
meet
man?
you.
Hi, Great Patch. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
All right, so he picks up his scrolls and books and thanks you guys for his help.
Thank you very much. I heard that you five were in charge of keeping me safe this next week.
be the case, yeah.
correct.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Captain Schulbrecht at this time says, "All right, now that you're acquainted, we have some last extra bonuses for you to thank you for your service." And he hands you each a gold pouch of 150 gold, and says, "Thank you for visiting my office. You are free to go."
150?
Yes,
Whew.
Dang, that's a lot.
it's because of your 2 years of service to the Empire.
Right. But still, more money than I've ever seen.
All right, so where are you going from here?
Sir, do you wish us to then escort him everywhere, or merely to keep an eye on him?
Well, I would like you to, at least one of you to be with him at all times. It would be nice, just to make sure that, in case one of these people who's been following him shows up, that we can confirm that they showed up and maybe identify them. So that would be nice. If he needs to go anywhere, just escort him where he needs to go.
Understood.
Alghu will escort the tiny rat man.
What was the rat folks' name?
Great.
Gray Patch.
Gray patch.
All right. So he turns to you guys and says,
I know it's getting kind of late, but I actually had one more thing I needed to pick up. I was having my tablet was being translated earlier. He copied down the runes, and I think his translation would be ready for me.
Suppose we can
Let's
escort
do
you.
it.
Let us go get your stone, Ratman.
okay. So he wanders through the streets of Gardburath and down several layers, several stories, and brings you to the market district. You are pretty familiar with this. It's rather neatly kept.
Can I roll perception to see if anybody's following us?
Yeah, go for it.
I got a 16.
You don't seem to notice anyone following you. There's a lot of people in the market. One perhaps could be, but you haven't seen anyone trailing you.
Can I turn to one of the? I turn to one of the party and I'm like, "Isn't this a lot of people to be protecting a rat folk?"
Yeah, we should spread out a bit, kind of like one person like super far behind us, another person closer, and then two
If we wanna
people
be-
with him.
Super clever us. Yeah, we should just have 1 or 2 people right with him and a couple of people.
I will stay
out
with the
around the
Ratman,
corner.
and I will ask the Ratman. I will look at him and say, "It's not what you look at that matters, but what you see. Are you being
I'm gonna-
deceptive, Ratman?" I am asking Ratman if he is deceptive in nature. I would like to roll insight.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll insight, Tristan.
21.
Okay, 21. Alghu, I'm sorry.
Alghu.
Perception. 21. Okay, so you know that he is really confused by what you just said, but he doesn't seem to be lying. He's just he's really into his work. He loves it. And he thinks what he's doing could be both dangerous and important. He looks at you and says, "You know, I don't really understand what you're saying, but I'll work on that. And for now, let's just go get those translations." And he keeps shuffling with his arms full of books.
I'm gonna stick with the Ratman just so that to help translate. Where did you find this stone tablet, may I ask? I'm an archaeologist. I used to be an archaeologist myself, and I'm curious.
Oh yes. Have you ever heard of the Garden of Stones? I found it there. There's ancient ruins there, and not far from here. I was far from my home and didn't think much of it, but when I brought it back to Log Correct, some people seemed to be wanting the stone. Because I didn't think very much of it, I didn't care who knew I had it, so that seemed to have got me into more trouble than I was asking for.
Gotcha.
So you haven't translated the stone.
No, it's being translated right now.
Interesting.
So you get to, as you're shuffling down the marketplace, you get to this small, seems to be a bookstore. Shuffles in and there's a small stone shop, several bookshelves, not huge, but the man at the desk is a little gnome, and he's sitting at a very tall stool so he can see over the counter, and has looks at you with two very large eyes behind his big pair of glasses, and says, "Ah, great, Patch. Didn't expect you back so soon, but I do have it ready for you." And he produces several pieces of parchment that have been translated, and you see like some of the words have been scratched out and then rewritten. It seems like he had fairly hard time translating it, but then he hands you the paper.
Rather than go inside the small roofed hut, I will wait outside.
And
While this is happening, I'm gonna look around the bookstore for anything on something called the Hammer of Cardace.
okay, so you look around the shop, and you can find several books that might mention it. They're all about old dwarven runes, and one or two that talk about old human watchtowns that were abandoned. But you're not really sure how much it will tell you about it.
I'm just gonna pick one of those at random and buy it.
Okay. You bring it to the guy behind the counter, the little gnome, and he says, I work on the old watchtowns. I see you are a scholar?
In some things, I think. Just recently only, though.
Well, this will give you a lot of good information on the watchtowns. I hope you find it
will.
useful. It is 1 gold and 5 silver.
Sounds like a deal.
All right. Okay, so Grey Patch has his translations, and you got your book. So from here, he walks back out of the bookstore, and who was outside the bookstore?
That would be the giant.
Alghu.
Okay, so Alghu,
Oh man.
you see a knife come flying at you, and it goes flying past you and is going for Grey Patch, but it hits the stone wall and falls to the ground.
Do I see?
It seems to have come from an alleyway across the street.
How far away is the alley?
Crossing the street about 15 feet.
My speed is 40 feet. Can I run into the alley?
Sure.
Okay.
So you run into the alleyway and you see a rat folk running down the alleyway away from you as fast as he can.
I'm gonna chase after Alghu with my crossbow ready, and I'm gonna take a pot shot at this rat folk.
Okay, roll for that. I'll let you know when we do initiative. It'll be easier right now to just go on the fly.
9.
So it flies right past him.
Can-
He's trying not to be hit.
Pick a Legolas.
Can I can I cast Fist of Unbroken Air on him?
Yeah, what does that do? Read that off to me again.
As an action, you spend 2 key points and choose a creature within 30 feet. It must make a strength saving throw, DC 12. On failure, it takes 3d10 bludgeoning damage, plus an extra d10 for each additional key point you spend, and you can push the creature 20 feet away and knock it prone.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
Roll to... Oh, no, I have to make a save, right?
Yeah, strength saving
Yeah.
throw.
Strength saving throw.
What's your
Okay.
save DC?
12.
12.
Nat 20. So he
Saves.
jumps out of the way and is just booking it. You seem to have sped
we're in the
him
middle
up
of
a little bit
town,
with your push.
Maybe we don't openly fire arrows at a large
Yeah,
crowd.
Maybe we take it easy with the
Yes, the
aggressive use of
the
ranged
rat
weapons
was
as well.
going down the alleyway, so there wasn't anyone down there. But as soon as if he does open up into a street,
That's
Okay.
why I fired the arrows, because there's no one around. He's in an alleyway.
I didn't.
Can
Couldn't find space.
I mean, he was like across the street from us at the end. So.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
Henry ran over to that entrance. He said he wanted to
I guess
go
that's fair.
run to it.
You know, I'm just gonna grab our rat folk friend and like put him on my shoulder.
can I spend a key point for a bonus action to jump at him, and my jump distance is doubled for the turn?
He's about, let's see, 40. He's about 40 feet away. I don't know if you would be able to make it.
I can do that.
Nah, your jump distance is like 20 if you double it.
Silly.
Anyway, what are Alban and Heath doing?
I said, hey, maybe we don't fire arrows willy-nilly.
What about you, Heath?
Are we pursuing this guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna start chasing this guy.
Adrian, you're
how
kind
far
of
away-
helming
Yeah,
the
I'm just.
mission.
I'm just.
But what's
like,
your
get down,
call?
Mr. Presidenting the rat man right now. The other guy
How
was
far
already
away?
across the street. I'm not gonna catch him. I'm just keeping the one dude safe.
Hey.
Hey, Stuart, how far away is the rat folk assassin from me?
I'm guessing you were probably near the bookstore. So crossing the street is 15, and then he's probably about another 40 down the alleyway. It'll open up into another street. He's like,
Right. How
just
much
exiting.
further until?
three-
55?
Yeah, 55 years.
Right, you
No,
three
that-
pursue. I think Adrian and I are gonna stay with Grey Patch here and just keep.
I'm gonna cast Mind Spike on this guy.
Oh,
Which
nice.
does.
Good idea.
He's got to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And if
What's your DC?
my DC is 14.
Okay. What happens to him when he fails? Because he did.
He did fail? Okay, so he's gonna take 3d8 psychic damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
you wanna roll
10,
for that?
yeah, 10 damage, and I will always know his location
Oh,
until it
Paul.
ends.
How long does the spell last?
Up to 1 hour.
Ding.
Now we
Concentration
don't need to
or
catch-
It's concentration, yeah.
Well, there goes all of my plans.
Rip notes.
Rip notes out the window. Here we go. So he is booking it. Turns the corner and is running through the crowd.
I don't know what Mind Spike does because I'm not a very smart monk. I'm a wise monk, so I continue chasing.
All right, so
Heath, what did you
crowd-
just do on him?
Yeah,
Me?
I'm gonna turn and be like, "Did you
Yeah,
just
you.
cast a spell?"
yes, I cast Mind Spike. I will know where he is. You don't have to chase him.
I'm gonna turn and just start shouting at Alghu and just be like, "Hey, you don't need to chase him. We can find him later."
Only how long does it last though?
An hour.
An hour.
Only
So we
lasts
should-
an hour. You might as well still pursue him. Why don't you take
Yeah,
at least roll?
I mean, Maybe we want him to think he lost us, so he goes back to wherever
yeah,
his
but
safe house is.
at a safe distance still.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be too far, in case when it ends. So, but I think maybe the best plan is for me and Adrian to stay with Grey Pratt.
They're also
Patch
maybe
and protect
more
him.
assassins, so
Good, exactly. So
But
I
now
think
we're
Adrian and I
breaking-
should.
We're gonna break rule number 1. We're gonna split the party.
That or put Grey Patch in danger immediately.
yeah, we've got like a I don't know. Are any of us actually
I
good
think
at
the best idea is to
in like a meaningful way?
is to take Grey Patch back to the military base, or I don't know what we're gonna call it here.
The fort.
Fort.
I guess
Keep
we're
guard on
already-
him outside his door, and then have at least 3 people from our party pursue the guy.
Yeah,
Alright,
maybe just try to figure out where he is, if he's part of an organization, like if he has a safe house, just like do reconnaissance here.
All right. Then I guess Alghu and I can give chase, and we can drag Heath with us too.
Okay.
Excellent
All right.
spell, human. You are wise as a tree of owls.
Okay, so you guys are gonna trail him, but not super quick.
Yeah, we're gonna like FBI agent walk through the street.
Then
So-
I think Adrian and I are gonna take Grey Patch back to the fort, put him in a room, and stand guard outside his door.
I'm
Okay.
gonna hang back because I can't really blend in very well, being 7'6".
Okay,
7'6".
I'm a big boy.
he's a Goliath.
They used to be large creatures, and then someone was like, "Yeah, they don't have to be anymore."
Okay, how do you want to do this? Who do you want to go first? Do you want Heath, Rowala, or do you want Alban and?
I mean, solve me and Adrian first because we're just taking him back to the fort.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys, like, totally get down, Mr. President. Got him. You're safe. On your way back, I need Alban to make a Constitution saving throw as he is hit in the back with a knife.
Ow. Constitution saving throw. Okay. I got a nat 20.
Oh dang.
Boy.
So
At least you're not poisoned.
yeah, here's what happens. You feel your muscles lock up for a couple seconds, and then like pull the knife out. Nat 20 reflexes, and you take 2 damage from the knife,
Okay, that's
but you're fine. You turn around, you know exactly where he is. He's 15 feet behind you at a stall. It appears that a little, no, well, I guess not little, but a dwarf was keeping an eye on you, watching for you guys to pass by.
okay. I point at the dwarf and I say, "Just chucked a knife at me. Adrian, you go after him. I'll protect Grey Patch. I'll provide support from back here."
Do we roll initiative now, or?
Yeah, you can roll initiative.
Halt! You have violated the law.
In the court of fine, or serve your sentence.
You're stolen
Immediately
goods.
after that, I rolled a nat 1 for
Pay with your
initiative.
blood.
Nat
Got a
20
nat-
followed into nat 1.
The duality.
Hey.
Man.
Welcome to my life, where I only roll nat 20s or nat 1s.
Also, Sean, I'm really digging the role playing for the guard there. You're violating the law.
I mean, they just like backpedal into a lake and start swimming. Like, pull out my sword, pull out my bow, walk up to you, backpedal.
What did you get, Sean?
I got a 13, sorry.
Okay. So, from 2 other stalls, you see 2 other figures. They're in dark cloaks, and they throw a knife. One throws a knife at Sean and hits. You're going to have to make a con save. And then the other throws at Alban and does not. So Adrian got hit, Alban did not.
Grey Patch, what the heck did you do, man?
7 on the saving throw, so.
Okay. So, as the knife hits
Christ,
you in
plus
the
5
shoulder
saves.
and goes through your armor, you feel your muscles tense and you fall to the ground prone and paralyzed.
How much damage did I take?
You took 5 damage. Alright, so the other dwarf at the stall runs into a nearby store. He bursts, like, kind of pushes the door open and runs into the doorway and pulls out a bow and shoots it at you. He hits you with an arrow and make another con save.
All have poison?
Mm-hmm.
What is
Like they're
this?
assassins or something.
I got a 4.
Okay, so same thing. You are fallen to the ground, paralyzed.
Grey Rat, what the? Ugh.
And you see them rush over to Grey Rat, and Grey Patch doesn't really know what to do. He kind of panics, and
Hit him with your book!
he like drops the scrolls that he's carrying, including the parchments that he got from the little gnome, and like starts running through the streets.
Hey, hold up, sorry. How much damage did I take from the bolt?
You took 5 damage also.
Sheesh.
Same exact roll. And you see one scoop up the papers, one of the cloaked figures scoop up the papers, and the other scoops up Grey Patch in one arm. And he's like pulling on him, and people are like freaking out. It's not super busy right now. It's pretty late. There's people, but seeing as how 2 city guards just got downed, they're kind of running.
Yeah, we do look kind of dead right now, eh?
Yeah. And they scoop him up and the papers and get out of there. The dwarf who was at the stall closes the shop door and gets out of sight. And they disappear out of sight, and you guys are able to move again.
Alright, well, first of all, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
That was
I
an
got-
absolute disaster.
I got messed up. Didn't think there'd be so many people after him.
So well equipped.
Well, now we have to go find the other 3.
Yeah, before they get into too much trouble. Well,
I got a full health, baby.
Stuart, while we are tracking this rat folk that threw the knife,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. What I'm rolling. I got an 18. What is the Garden of Stones? I got an 18 for history.
Okay, so the Garden of Stones is an old dwarven ruin. It's been there for as long as anyone can remember. They don't know its origins very well. People say it's from the time of the Forgotten Gods and the Godslayers, but there's not a lot of evidence pointing towards that, as there's no records of it. It's not too
Okay.
far from here, southeast-ish, about a week's ride. So, Heath, Alghu, and Rowala. We're gonna flip over to you. Heath, you know exactly where this rat folk is going. He goes to, yeah.
Heath, you should be leading the group.
Okay.
Since you know where he's going.
I'll stand behind Heath.
He
So,
is going through streets, making a couple turns here or there, but he seems to be making his way to the lower levels of Fort Red Rock. As you trail him, he goes into an old kind of dinky tavern. It's kind of run down, not really a good place to be, but that's where he goes. You know it from your work as a city guard. It's called the Hero's Cup. It's a simple stone building with adobe earthen floors, so it wasn't finished at all, considering it's in a dwarven city and it's got adobe floors. It has unusually low ceilings and accommodations are little to none, but it's where lowlives and criminals hang out.
How tall are the
It's down,
ceilings?
like-
Of scum and villainy.
Yes, it's not like bottom of the barrel, like you go there as a city guard and you get shanked or beat up, but it's not a place a city guard would frequent. They might stop there occasionally, but
How tall are the ceilings?
oh boy, you're gonna have to be ducking, huh? They are like
Before we enter Alghu,
6-ish feet.
you go find Alghu. You should go find the other two, or at least wait out front. While me and
The other two are taking Rat Boy back to camp.
I know, but we should once they secure him, and if they want to come meet up with us.
I will wait outside.
All right, Heath, you wanna head on in?
I wish I'd brought my chair.
We'll find you another one.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so as you enter the Hero's Cup, there is a goblin in the back corner engaged in a game of dice with a bugbear and a bullywug and a kobold. They're drinking and causing a lot of ruckus. And the rat folk runs over to the bar, and you see him sitting there. He looks pretty content. He hasn't noticed you guys yet.
All right, Heath. How do you want to do this?
That's a good question. What's our goal here? We have to find out what he wanted to achieve. Well, obviously the death of Great Patch.
Probably, like, try to knock him out.
I could
Okay.
just put him to sleep. I have sleep.
That would work.
You do? Okay.
I do.
That would. Yeah. Put him. See if you can put him to
Might
sleep.
put half the end to sleep, but hey,
Yeah.
it's not.
I mean, as long as you don't kill someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that sleep doesn't really kill anyone, unless it's like permanent sleep. But anyway.
Death. My favorite sleeping.
All right, I think for that you roll some.
I roll.
Sleeping.
I roll 5d8, and it has to equal up to or more than his hit points for him to fall asleep.
Is it hit die or current hit points?
So he rolls 5d8,
Hit
and
points.
that's how many hit points he can.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
That's an
So
unfortunate roll on 5d8.
Yeah.
the rat. I'm guessing you're centering it on the rat folk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The rat folk, the kobold, the bullywug, and the bartender all fall asleep. The only
no.
one awake is the
Oh.
goblin. Since they're just
All right.
common
So
peeps,
wait,
they don't have a lot of health points.
there's no way I could have put them all to sleep.
Well, I mean, goblin.
Sleep is an area of effect spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
effects.
the total is Alright.
17.
Okay.
We also
Okay.
had that rat folk already took a bunch of damage. So.
Yes, he took
Okay.
10 damage, so he
Cool.
was at 2.
That works out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk up to the rat folk and I'm gonna tie him up and then kind of carry him outside.
And I'm gonna say, good idea.
I'm gonna
As-
be like,
As you're
Never mind.
tying up the rat folk, you see the goblin who was playing dice pick up the money from the other people he was playing with and not so sneakily slip it into his pocket and kind of make his way out of the inn.
I mean,
Wait.
we got the guy that was trying to kill him.
Who
Do we
took
want
what?
to stop him, Heath? Do we want to stop the goblin from stealing money from these other guys?
No.
No.
We'll just let him go. There's no point in stopping him. We got what we
Yeah,
wanted.
there's- Have a heyday. Goblins have it hard enough.
Mhm.
Actually, I don't know.
What would a tying a rope be? A dexterity check?
As
I mean, he's
Probably sleight of hand.
as the goblin's walking out, though, I'm all bang on the door and be like, "Is this man okay to leave?
yes, he's good.
You are free, goblin boy."
Thank you, kind sir. Have a good night. I had a great one.
May fortune be with you.
Let's be real. He's the only one who
that man was
gonna win
getting
that dice
freaky.
game anyway.
What? What, Sean?
I said if he's the only one who was high enough level not to get put to sleep, he was going to win that dice game. Let's be...
He was at the far back corner.
Oh, fair.
Yep.
It's just the furthest away.
Little
Yeah, we were the
gremlin
furthest away.
just stealing the money.
All right. So,
Dude, are we gonna torture this guy?
When he says torture, my eyes change and they start glowing white, and I give him an evil look, and he's like, I don't know.
My bad. Forgot you were a cleric. I'm sorry.
wait, he's not a cleric. He's a
I'm a
warlock.
warlock.
Henry, make a sleight of hand check for me on the ropes, and then you can take him where you want him to be.
He's gonna give him a quick shove the ropes.
Ban him.
I got a 14.
Okay. Sweet. Where are you guys gonna take this boy?
Well, first I'm gonna drag him outside, and then I'm gonna look up at Alghu and be like, "Hey, you're big. You're probably stronger than I am. You want to haul this guy back to camp?" Or-
Excellent work subduing the rat. I will carry him from here.
Thanks.
All right.
Such bravado.
So yeah, Sean, Alban, and Adrian. You guys were looking for the other.
I'm just gonna ask if they've seen the tallest man they've ever seen in their life.
So that we could at least figure out where they took him, or
Yeah, roll charisma check.
That's a nat 1.
Ooh.
Very
Oh,
solid.
another one?
Are you glad that
You guys are gonna get lost.
that I'm the healer in the party?
Sean, you can roll too.
Sure, I'll make my -1 modifier. I got a 7.
Wait, just help me. That gives me advantage.
Yeah, I'll just help him. Actually, that's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works.
Okay.
I'm guessing
That's
you. would've asked
all right.
me.
Well, that's a 5.
All right. So
Never mind. Don't help me. I'm sorry.
I love our quality charisma party right here.
people seem to
Well,
be
the
in a
charis-
rush.
Charismatic man is evil, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
well, you know.
the probably. So,
People
slight
where you're
problem.
at seem to be in a rush and kind of untrusting, but a gnome can at least point you in the direction that they went.
could we like flash our military badge or whatever? Be like, hey,
Yeah,
we're
I'm
with
guessing.
the fort. Can we
Yeah, we're
Oh,
looking
yeah,
for a
you
bunch
guys
of other
might
city
know.
guards who just booked through the streets.
part of the city guards? We're just looking for them.
Yeah, I think they went that way. She points towards the. So how the layers are worked out. The center of a layer on the plateau will have a central staircase that goes up and down. So they point you in that direction.
Thank you, madam. Move along.
Let's head down. Let's go looking for him.
At this point, since they're heading up, I'm going to say that you can find
we
each
might
other.
just run into them, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are all met up. You.
Bad news, guys. Hey,
Where's Grey Patch?
Yeah, that's the bad
You
news.
see,
We got ambushed by like 3 dudes on our way back to the fort. There's a whole lot more people who were looking for Grey Patch than we thought.
So on the downside, they had a very strong paralysis poison. On the plus side, if they were using paralysis poison, they probably wanted him alive. So
Yeah, I don't think they want him dead. From what I can gather and what I know of the Stone Gardens of Stone or whatever, no one knows much about it. So the fact that he found a tablet from there, they probably want him alive to at least help them figure out what its purpose is.
Nonetheless,
well, that gives us time to save him at least.
Yeah.
nonetheless,
It's gotta be
I'm glad
something
you're
worth
safe.
knowing that they would go to the lengths of kidnapping him, find out about it.
Attacking 2 city guards in broad daylight in the streets.
There's got to be some sort of treasure or knowledge power linked to this.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Who likes torture?
Anyway, we should probably just report back to the captain and see what we can do
Well,
with our
I will not allow you to torture this rat. We will take him back to the fort.
We did capture the first guy we ran into, and I'm pointing up at
since he's holding the rat, I'm sure we...
Great.
Probably.
Look,
Yeah, well, let's take him
Who
back.
gave the rat to the Goliath?
I did. He's bigger and stronger than I am.
Well, we can't torture him while he's in the Goliath's hands.
I will not allow any man besides the captain to touch this rat.
Just like let the... We don't even have to torture him ourselves.
There's not gonna be torture here.
Ah.
Darn it, I'm a little unhappy.
I'm gonna lean over.
I guarantee you the captain has some method of extracting information from
I'm
prison.
gonna lean over to Adrian and like whisper in his ear, "Hey, would you mind keeping an eye on those 2?
Absolutely.
I got a bad feeling about them."
Oh, I have great methods of extracting it.
And I turn to Rowala.
Rwanda.
Wakanda. Wakanda.
Totally is a red tiefling, so do you know the way?
Wakanda forever. But
These squares crapping our style, mate. Oh wait, I just turned Australian.
You accent of your choice has not been decided upon. That didn't make any sense.
I'll be an Aussie wizard.
So are you taking this boy back to Captain Shelbrick?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's gonna let
Yeah,
me.
that seems like the best way to put him in a holding cell and have people get information out of him.
Okay, so you take him back to Captain Shelbrick.
Explain the situation.
Yep. It's by the time you get back, it's about probably 6:37ish.
So it's late. It's dark.
Yeah, it's pretty late because you guys had the whole day off and you came back around 5.
Okay.
Yeah, just take him. Well, you should just drag him.
I'm sure we've got like a prison somewhere, so let's just...
I will carry him to the holding
Does
cells.
the fort have holding cells?
Yeah.
Yes, it has several holding cells. Probably about 20 on the military.
Being the highest ranking of us, I think Adrian could probably have access to those, right? So you could just throw him in there for now, and then we can back to our commander and talk to him.
Yeah, let's have a couple people throw him in a holding cell and everyone else go find the captain and explain what happened.
Yes, give him to me. I will take him to the holding.
No. Up there.
Warlock.
Adrian is going to have access to it because he's the highest ranking of us. I think he should do it.
I'll take the rat to the holding cell.
Thank you,
He's
Adrian.
probably awake by now.
Let the
Sleep
captain
doesn't
know what
last that long.
happens and see what we can do about it.
Watch
Do that.
over this rat, Adrian. Make sure no harm comes to
My
him.
sight.
Adrian, as you walk
I have no plans to
into
hurt him.
the prison holding cell area, there's a dwarf who greets you and says, "Oh, hi, so you got one today. What'd he do?"
Attempted kidnapping?
Ooh, attempted? Who was he kidnapping?
some rat folk that recently arrived. The captain had to look after him, and he didn't really think that the man's claims of being hunted were real, but as it turns out, there's like a whole organization after him. So we need to keep him locked up tight so we can interview him later.
Well, I mean, you can go for the torture room right now if you want.
I'll leave that to professionals.
He smiles and goes,
Oh,
all right, I like
Do
the
I know
sound
his
of
name?
that. The name of this dwarf guy?
Yeah, this dwarf, like our resident torturer.
Yeah. His name is Thrinnen.
Thrinnen. It's like, all right, Thrinnen, but wait for orders before you touch him, all right?
All right, all right.
Alright, I
Okay.
think I'm gonna quickly head to our commanding officers door. Loudly knock.
Door opens, and Captain Shulbrack opens the door.
Unfortunate news. Gray Patch's claims of being sought after were correct, and in much more force than we would have given credit to.
Well, is he safe? Where is he?
Oh, as Adrian and I were attempting to bring him back to the fort in order to keep him locked up and safe, we were ambushed by 3 men. These 3 men had a sedative poison that left us unconscious and unable to protect Gray Patch.
Well, it wasn't exactly your fault. I didn't believe him.
Yes,
like they were
but
just-
it was our duty to protect him, and we failed in that.
Yeah, but they might have been waiting for him here, so... He came here on purpose. Maybe they knew where he was going, and I just overlooked that. Okay, well... We can figure this out and retrieve him. I'm sure that they can't get out of here very well. I can issue the guards to,
We have managed to
Keep it up.
capture one of the groups that attempted to kidnap him member.
Good work. We can push him for answers, and I will let the Rift Watch and Town Guard know that they should not let anyone in or out of the city unless they have for sure checked their belongings and made sure that Grey Patch is nowhere being smuggled out.
As you wish.
Are there any other ways out of the city other than the main staircase that we know of?
No, it is it helps protect the city from any sort of attack. Having one main entrance is just a solid way of keeping people out. So that's why this fortress has grown so big and safe. It's because it's just so secure.
Rowala,
Yes.
seeming like the seedy type, do you know where this type of group would tend to hang out?
Of course, you asked the tiefling where that is.
Well,
Right.
the fact that you were very keen on torturing the man captured kind of...
Excuse me. Just because I like torture or dart things doesn't make me evil. But I would assume
Right.
This is a debate for that one.
X to doubt.
Just because I like torturing people doesn't make me evil.
Doubt.
Look, just because I've killed 5 helpless victims doesn't make me a bad guy.
Probably the lower levels of the city would be my guess as where they would be.
I sent a couple of you some contacts that you have made in the city before. I
Oh,
sent
boy.
one to Alghu and one to Adrian.
I'm not even here right now. I'm just downstairs
Yeah, that's a good point.
in the jail right now, just like waiting for the rat folk to wake up.
He should have woken up like a minute after we captured him. Sleep doesn't last that
I
long.
thought sleep lasted for like an hour, up to concentration or something.
Yeah, I thought it was quite a long time.
My
an hour.
I'd have to
Who's in
check.
Heath, how long does it last?
It's an hour with concentration.
Here we go.
So he should be waking up about now. So he wakes up.
In the
And-
meantime, maybe we can head to the cells and find out if he has some sort of symbol on him, identifying him with the group. I'm going to head down to the holding cells at least.
All right.
I'm gonna join him.
If you're gonna search him, roll an investigation check.
Hey, Heath, you seem like you're good at finding things. Why don't you search him?
Yeah. 18. I
18?
search.
Yeah, one of us should just help action him so he gets advantage. But
He did get an 18 though, so I don't know if we.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't roll 18. That was.
Okay.
Wait, what? What was this?
Investigation check.
investigation.
All right, I got a 19.
Ooh.
Okay. So as you search him, he's got a small vial of that what seems to be poison, a couple more throwing daggers, a short sword, and a ring with a symbol on it. You recognize that symbol as a drug cartel that the city has been having problems with recently called Grey Claws. They manufacture a drug called ethereal dew, and there's been problems in the city with it recently. But
Do the dew. With our most extreme flavor yet, ethereal.
Do the dew. This episode sponsored by Mountain Dew.
So I'm here listening to the Greybeards, right?
This great
Greybeards.
I mean,
they're gonna
like
teach you.
Heath just found a symbol, but he hasn't told us anything yet. So.
Okay.
Yeah, can I just relay what I saw?
Yep.
Where I'm like, yeah, so this is a ring drug cartel. They smuggle something called Grey Claw. Any of you heard anything about it?
It was ethereal dew. Grey Claw's the name. of it.
Ethereal
Cause
Dew.
the name. Yeah.
Grey Claw cartel.
Mm.
Right, and I correct myself, and yeah.
Alghu has contacts. He may ask about this.
Do you want to go do that?
I've got a friend I can go talk to.
Hold up. First of all, I'm gonna take the weapons off this dude and give them to the guy in charge of the holding cells.
I'm gonna wipe that poison.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and try to find my goblin friend.
Getting late. Are we sure we want to do this
I don't
now?
want to be here for the torture.
All right.
Torture? Excuse me? Who said something about torture?
Hiram, the guy who runs the jail.
Ah.
This is state mandated torture. It's different.
Is it though? Is it really?
No,
Morally exempt.
No, it's.
but we don't have to participate.
We sure you guys want to split up now? It's getting kind of late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about.
I guess we might get
7:30.
Maybe it's a better idea to just wait for tomorrow.
So yeah, I'd like to point out what happened literally an hour ago when you and I went and split up.
Yeah, I would like to short rest.
Let's just take a long rest overnight.
Let's just
Rift Watch
hit the hay for now.
with our Grey Paw friend and see what they can turn up, and then
City didn't Commander or Captain what's his face Shoulder Town? Shelbrick, yeah.
Shelbrick. Yeah, he's the town's on
Captain
lockdown.
Shelbrick.
We know they want Grey Patch alive, so we probably
Right.
don't have to worry about them killing him.
Be
It's
fine.
probably better just get all the information we can right now. Like, just wait and get the information that we can.
Be fine
get.
overnight. So
So just
right,
take a
with that, I'm hitting the hay.
I'm
Does
on-
the DM question? Does the fort have a temple of any sort?
Yes, it does. There is a temple. Several deities have shrines, but there is a shrine to Myrius.
Arius. Okay, so that's how.
The acolyte that runs and maintains that shrine is named Ilda Bolbeck. She's a young human in her mid-20s-ish, and you know her quite well.
Okay. I'm gonna just go in and hang out there for a while.
Okay. Alban, as you go to the shrine, it's kind of tucked away near the farms of Fort Red Rock.
Okay.
It's a small, just a small one-room shrine. It's got a couple of pews and an altar, and like a back room where Ilda is stationed. And as you come in, she's up by the shrine, sitting there.
Okay. I think I'll just go next to her, kind of sit down beside her, quietly pray.
So, as you're sitting there praying, you feel a hand on your shoulder. As you open your eyes, Ilda is standing in front of you, but her eyes are glowing a faint green color. She says to you, Alban, this time that you have served in the Riftwatch is coming to an end, and I am looking forward to having you back to serve me. And then her eyes fade, and she falls to the ground.
I try and catch her so she doesn't, bang her head on the stone.
She kind of rubs her head and goes, "Oh, what happened?"
You went to stand up, and that can tend to happen if you sit for too long of a time.
Roll deception check.
I'm a little taken aback, so, Ooh, deception. Got a 16.
She got nat 20.
She's like, It doesn't matter what I roll. I'm gonna lose anyway.
I'm sorry, man.
It's fine. It's funny. Like I get a decent roll, and it's
The one
doesn't
you roll
matter.
is like
Nah.
yeah, rip. She sits there on the ground still before getting up and rubs her head and says, "No, no, you're favorite of Myrius. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but
I don't know as if I would say favored.
well, she seems to take interest in you, at least."
Well, me and you would take interest at someone that. I'll just say it's a love-hate relationship.
Well, I can at least respect your diligence in coming here so often.
Try and stay on her good side.
If you need anything, I'll always be here with the shrine.
I'll keep that in mind. And I'm gonna awkwardly just kind of like stand up and walk away without really saying goodbye.
All right, so you guys are long resting.
Yeah.
Alghu's back hurts, these tiny beds.
You'd probably sleep better if you slept on the ground.
Imagine your feet hanging off the end of the bed.
Hey, Heath, could we put your chair at the end of his bed?
I fall asleep with the chair in my arms like a teddy bear.
You're a maniac.
This is true.
Alghu respects this man's love.
So,
Chair?
Is there
Alghu,
any
He shows compassion.
between a boy and his chair?
His chair.
Oh,
Alghu, are you like a
My
top bunk or a
bones.
bottom bunk kind of boy?
Alghu, he wishes for top bunk, but never gets it, for his size is too great.
Yeah, I don't want Alghu crushing me
So,
in my sleep.
One
Thanks
time
very
it
much.
happened, you just fall on top of the dude below you.
A man is only as good as the bunk he sleeps on.
Oh, then I must be a great man. This bunk is amazing.
Alghu chooses to ignore what you have said to him.
Alghu takes
That's
back his
okay,
words. All right, so you guys wake up bright and early. Sun is shining in the non-existent sun caves of the dwarf land. There's no sun, and you guys are ready to go.
is my chair
There
still there?
actually would be a sun because you guys are on top of the plateau. Your
I would-
chair is stolen. No, I'm just kidding. It's still there.
No.
At least we have a really easy way to get his character involved in anything. It's just to his chair, like.
Threaten
Don't do
the
that.
chair.
Heath, we'll take the chair. Come on now.
Alghu will go seek out his acquaintance, Zaj-ur.
Okay.
I want to go stop him. with torture
Manly
for-
sounding name if I've ever heard one.
I like the sound of this dungeon.
I'm already in the jail, in the brig or the jailer, talking with the jailer and seeing what information that he's gotten from the rat folk.
I'm there as well.
Okay. Adrian, you were going to figure that out as well, right?
I was gonna get the information from the rat folk first, then I'm gonna go see my contact to see what I
Okay.
can ask him to look into.
So Adrian, Heath, and Rowala, you guys are all heading there.
Yep.
You get down there, and Thrinnen is not on duty. There is a female dwarf with long curly hair, and her name is Turi. She's on duty, and she can still get you the information that you need.
Yes.
Hi, Turi.
Oh, Adrian, what are you doing down here so early?
Well, we suspected that the captain had ordered an interrogation of one of the prisoners in here. We were wondering if you could tell us what had been uncovered.
Oh, yes, the rat folk, no?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, let me see here. She goes and shuffles through some papers and pulls out a paper with just a little bit of writing on it, and says, yeah, he was in charge of distracting you and just wanted to get away. He then said that he went for a drink and wasn't actually planning on going back to his place, but he mentioned that it is in the Red Cap district.
The Red Cat District?
Red Cap. It's a type of mushroom that they feed to the animals, the pigs and the cows and such.
What
So
level
they-
is that on?
the lower levels, parts of it, have been turned into dwarven farms, as opposed to the upper layers that have sunlight access. They're kind of a little bit slummier, poor workers. It's near the same area as the inn that you guys stopped by the night before.
Okay.
Your best bet is to go there and ask around for what did he call it?
Hey Heath, you still have that ring?
I do.
Okay, that might come in handy.
Oh, yes, here it is. Ask around for a place called the Den.
Sounds like a bar. I think I've heard of it.
In fact, I do have the ring, and I slip it on as I say that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go find my contact at the the Heroes Cup. Yeah, I'm gonna go look for Kaldic, see what he can tell me about the den. So I was gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go see a friend about some information. I'll meet up with you guys a little bit later.
All right.
Alghu did not stay to hear this information, for he is wise, not intelligent.
Alghu was too wise to gather information before going to gather information.
Such wisdom.
Why gather information twice?
We should at least 3 and 2 if we're gonna split up.
I don't want to spook my friend, so
All right.
I'm gonna go alone.
Okay, just don't cause any trouble.
That's the plan.
Okay, good.
I'll meet you at the stairs, like at the entrance to the Red Cap District in like say an hour or two,
All right.
hour and a half. Call it good.
There we go.
Okay.
That sounds good. Heath, do you want to go with me and ask around about the den, or do you want to join Alghu?
Now let's go to the Red Cap.
Oh,
Alghu's long gone.
Alghu's already gone. Okay.
Alghu's already talking to his contact right now.
Alban, do you want to join me and Heath asking around in the Red Cap District?
Oh, seeing as
Come
the
on.
alternative is, oh, okay. As long as I keep you two out of trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna do terrible things unless you join us.
My eyes kind of just flash and I get this evil grin.
Not about that life.
But if you join us-
sorry.
You gonna keep us from it?
All right, let's go. Hurry it up.
All right.
All right.
That's
So
the spirit. That's the spirit.
let's start with Alghu.
I go
Okay,
to the
so-
pits in search of Zarj-ur.
All right. So you go to the
Cool name.
fighting pits. The fighting pits aren't exactly something smiled upon by the Riftwatch. They tend to cause a lot of ruckus, but it's not outlawed as long as there's proper procedures and taxation and such like that. Brings a lot of income into the city.
Sounds like my
Your friend Zaj-ur is a pretty well-known pit fighter here, and you know where his office is, so you can make your way there. His preparation room, I guess I shouldn't say office. You make your way there pretty easily, and as you knock on his door, he opens his door, and he's a rust-colored dragonborn, and he greets you and beckons you into his preparation room. Northeast corner, there's a small wooden table with a small stone figurine of Tirund, one of the gods of retribution. Small incense is burning underneath it. Next to this small shrine is a very well taken care of polished chainmail shirt and breastplate resting, making the room smell slightly of oil. A weapon rack is placed near the table with a whole bunch of different weapons. A set of claws, a short sword, a flail, and a shield are what catch your eye. And he gestures for you to sit down on the bench and says, "Ah, Alghu, I've been waiting for you. We haven't seen each other in quite some time."
Zajur, my friend. How do the pits treat you?
The pits treat me well. I've been fighting rather ferociously of late and hope to finally get the chance to engage you in one of these fights one day.
I see a few new scars. You've been fighting well. I had some questions for you today, Zajur.
What can I do for you?
I'm all business today. Alghu wishes to know if you, I forgot their name. Alghu doesn't have the best memory.
Great.
It's gray. They're gray something. but they're manufacturers of drugs.
Grey Claws, no?
Ah, Great Claws! Zajur, you're at it again!
Yeah, well, the ethereal dew is not exactly something we like around the fighting pits. It tends to take our visitors away from reality for a bit. Causes quite the stir. I'm not exactly sure what to tell you about them. Well, first off, what do you want to know about them?
I would like to know where I can find them. They attacked my party. While I am not one for revenge, Alghu needs answers. Do you know where Alghu may purchase some dew of the mountains? What was this you called it?
Ethereal dew?
Ethereal dew! Do you know where Alghu may procure some?
Your way down to the 7th floor, and on the corner of block 11, you can you can purchase some ethereal dew.
Zajur, I must thank you again for your help.
The place is called the Den. Personally, I wouldn't ever go there if I was you. There's not a good crowd there.
Not friendly to guards.
Not friendly to guards.
I'll find a way. Thank you, Zajur.
Wait, when you get there, look under the boxes.
Under the boxes.
Yeah.
That's rather vague.
Not gonna remember it anyways.
I've heard a lot of things about the place, but from the rumors I've
It's a
gotten...
toss-up between he doesn't remember it or he rushes it and throws a box immediately.
Yeah. 50-50.
There's more to that place than meets the eye.
Ah. A very astute observation. Thank you again for your help today, Zajur. I'll have to reward you with a fight one day.
I was going to ask about that. Anytime now, I'll engage you in glorious combat.
Perhaps once I complete my mission. Alghu has work. And so, as I leave, a plan hatches inside Alghu's head.
He's going to carry a box.
I reach into my backpack and pull out my costume.
Okay.
I forgot this.
Describe this costume.
This is a costume meant for an entertainer. It is all black with a cape and two suspiciously pointed ears that look like almost like a bat.
Oh, you're...
I forgot about that.
It is meant for...
An airbender.
No, it's
I
better.
was just
it's better.
joking when I said you were connected to Ra's al Ghul.
Tristan, tell him what it's meant for.
It is meant for fire spitting.
Okay, so, alright.
Well, he's got to find out where the other drugs are going and who took
Freaking
Rachel.
Bruce
but-
Wayne over here.
Bruce Wayne, his alter ego is Angman.
I'm not an airbender!
And at night, Bruce
Black.
Wayne.
But
Back on that.
Alghu stashes his guard's clothes away in an alley in a barrel and
Russian Batman.
puts on his costume and heads towards floor 7.
Block 11.
Block 11, that's the one.
Floor 7.
This isn't Batman, this is Bizarro World Batman, where he's the world's worst at that. He's solving all problems by punching things.
It's block the 7, the one block. The block.
the black.
Okay, let's flip
What
over
a character. Russian Aang the Avatar, and at night he's Batman.
Flip over to Alban, Rowala, and Heath.
There we go.
Where are you
Oh,
guys
boy.
going again?
We're gonna be at each other's throat.
So, you head to floor 7, and how are you guys figuring out about the den?
Why don't we just ask around, like, people that are out there, like, do you know where the den is?
The den.
So it's pretty early. There's not really very many people out. It's like 7:30ish, maybe 8 o'clock. Not really very many businesses open yet.
What is open?
There's probably a couple people working the fields, but other than that, not much.
Hey, Rowala, why don't you do the talking?
Rowala, how are we gonna find the den? There's nobody here.
Are there any street bums?
No.
What is the status on street bums?
Exactly one street bum in your vision.
I'm beelining it straight for that guy.
Okay.
Where was that guy earlier?
We're gonna rush a street bum. He's gonna freak out.
I mean, when you said people, Heath, I didn't exactly count street bums.
Yeesh.
Fire.
DM hating on.
Mic dropped. Mic dropped.
I'm just
I
gonna
thought
look
you
for a map.
There's
There's
a map.
somewhere.
Yeah, there's a map, but it doesn't have a
Gonna be
lot
a
of
map in a
locations.
mushroom field. What are you talking about?
The map doesn't have the den, doesn't it?
It does
No, it's not gonna have the
den.
drug den on it.
Where do you think
That
we're
actually-
at? At an airport?
that
Why would
does-
there just be like a "You are here" map? Doesn't make any
Come on.
sense.
There is a "You Are Here" map on the side
There is not. Is there?
of the stone stairway. There's like
Makes sense for the stairway to have an
multi-level.
information map in the city.
And over there's the J.C. Penney's.
It's the fantasy JC Penny. Come on.
It's
You
a
can't-
fancy-
you can't-
JC Coppers.
You can guess
No
where.
apostrophes and an
JC
umlaut.
Coppers.
JC Coppers.
J.C. Coppers.
Oh, that's great.
All your robes. No,
But,
Okay.
Are you writing that down? Don't be typing that down.
What, JC Coppers?
J.C. Coppers.
Oh, I've already written it down. JC
It's too late. It's too late.
Okay, so are you guys checking the map and then going to talk to? Oh, yeah, you're going to talk with the M.
I'm going
The
to the
boy.
street bum. Those two are checking the map. But
I
Yes,
apparently didn't see the street bum, so.
Like, there's no way there's a map here. Oh, there is a map. Oh, you know.
Okay, so the street bum, you rush over to him. He is a dwarf. He has speckled white in his beard, just a pair of shorts on, and his eyes are slightly clouded over white. His hair's like kind of patchy falling out, and it is also speckled with white.
I'm gonna like crouch down in front of him and just be like,
Ugh.
"Hey, man, do you need some help? Are you good?"
Not.
Do you actually laugh while saying it?
No.
I can't. Imagine just walking up to a homeless dude and being like, hey guy. What's up?
Who said he was homeless? He's just a bum on the street. Maybe he got drunk and lost his way.
Don't
No.
lose your way.
Not from the likes of you, and he kind of like pushes your hand away. Roll a
That's a good-
intelligence check for me real quick.
And the guy with the highest charisma in our party is also the half demon.
Oh, shut up.
Well, he's got to have high charisma when people hate him that much, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Survival of the fittest.
What am I rolling again?
Intelligence check.
An intelligence.
Yeah,
Either
medicine
one.
is
You can
wisdom.
do either one. You can do with medicine or
Options.
I got a
12?
12.
Okay, so you know a little bit about ethereal dew, and you know it makes your eyes look like they have cataracts.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's some sort of hallucinogen.
So it's a drug that you intake through your fingernails and hair and beard. So it's very popular with dwarves and extremely popular with things like minotaurs or creatures where they can just like immerse themselves in it.
Right.
But
Okay.
yes, it connects you to the ethereal plane, and when it does so, when you stop using it, parts of your soul have been drained into the ethereal plane, and it leaves you slightly less of a person each time you use it until you just
So this
go
is something
insane.
clerics hate.
So it's heroin.
Yeah,
Pretty
I was
much.
about to say it's heroin.
Also
like
fantasy heroin.
Where
we
can I
title
find
this-
some?
Real quick,
What?
can we title this episode "Street Bums and Drug Deals"?
Street bumps and drug deals. Awesome.
Yeah.
The worst part about it is that it makes your hair fall out. So eventually you get to the point where you can't use it and you die from just going insane from
We're
withdrawal.
losing from hair loss.
I like this.
From hair loss.
Oh, which means that Alghu can't use it, otherwise he'll die immediately.
Wait, why?
He's bald.
He's got a sick beard.
Yeah, bro. You see my beard?
Okay.
My beard is popping, bro.
Just Alghu speaking Russian and then just, hey, my beard's popping, bro.
Здравствуйте, comrade. I just came back from the ethereal plane.
It was fucking whack.
All right.
Oh, man.
So
But
Here's
This
that
dwarf
PG
might-
rating.
I already marked it as explicit. This dwarf like shoves your
New.
hand away and he says, "Not from the likes of those empire. Get out of my face."
So after he pushes my hand away, my eyes kind of go all white and my teeth sharpen into needles, right? And I grab him harder and I'm like, you don't know what you're getting into.
Roll a intimidation check.
Okay. 18.
18. Let me roll for him.
He's intimidated.
Yeah,
He can't
is
see. He's got
definitely
cataracts.
peeing. 1 second.
Did you just pop a Mountain Dew? That'd be ironic.
I popped an ethereal dew.
What's popping, bro?
The beard's not the only thing popping.
Ooh.
I'm gonna guess
Okay.
this is not a natural substance.
No, I'm pretty
So-
sure they have to manufacture it.
So you like kind of he goes to shove your hand away, but you say you don't know what you're getting into, and his eyes grow wide and he pushes himself back against the wall further and he's like, "Fine, whatever. What do you want?"
I kind of walk up and be like, dude, you're gonna give the guy a heart attack.
I just glare up at you and then look back at the guy and I'm like, I'm just wondering where I can get some of this ethereal dew. Where's the den?
The den. Why do you want to go there?
That's my business. I just want to know where it is.
He's looking to
And
buy.
Once you tell me where it is, I'll be out of your hair.
Fine, come with me. And he stands up slowly and stumbles his way. Like, he can't see super great. It looks like he's been using recently. And
I have just some quick questions. Maybe when we get to like a pause point.
okay. He stumbles his way down the street and leads you to block 11. And on the corner of block 11, there is a sign that says 7,11.
Oh,
Hey, we found the convenience store.
I hate you.
And,
we're getting Imperial Dew from 7-Eleven.
and there
Is
is
that the new slushy flavor?
slushy, red slushy. There is a
So while that's happening, real quick, how does Marius? Is that how you pronounce it? Marius,
what?
goddess. Marius, is that her name?
Myris?
Hold up. So how does Maya see devils and demons?
Devils and demons are still a form of life, so she doesn't care as much about them as she would undead.
Do I know a lot about tieflings? Are they like standard D&D tieflings or?
Yeah, it's what happens when something that comes out of a rift will. It's the result of when a human and something that comes out of the rift mingle. Okay, so you come to block 11-7, the place called the Thief's Mead Hall, which seems like an awkward thing to call an inn.
I'm into it.
So it's not the den?
No, it's the front for the den. Genius.
Oh,
Am I there yet, too?
Yeah, I assumed that you three went. Oh, you were.
I was separate.
He
And
could
I'm still off
figure it
meeting
out.
my contact.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going into the Heroes Cup, and I'm looking for Caldink to see if he's in there right now.
Okay, so you walk into the Hero's Cup, and there is a goblin in the back corner, and there currently is a bullywug shouting at him. And the bartender seems to be eyeing his automatic crossbow. Like, you can tell he's pretty sure there's going to be a fight that breaks out, and he does not want that.
It's
I'm
got
gonna
a
walk
fan.
over the bullywug and just put like a big old 6-foot-tall human hand on his shoulder and look
The
down at him.
hand. Wait, the hand is 6 feet tall.
Yes, my hand is 6 feet tall. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, that's hot.
Wait, is the rest of you proportional or is like?
No, my hand is as tall as me. It's a
Have
long
you-
story.
If you've ever taken a psychology class and you look at the homunculus,
Yes, I just look
okay.
like that.
Now I've
It's
got it.
actually just one of my hands.
so you place your hand on this bullywug's shoulder, and he looks back at you, and the goblin Caldink just kind of smiles and knows that he's safe.
I'm sorry, I need to speak with your friend over here. Private.
Well, you see, he took my money, and since you're with the Riftwatch, you should help me.
And I suppose you have proof that he took your money.
Yeah, he cast a spell on me. We was all playing a game of
Yeah.
dice, and
That goblin right there cast a spell on
yeah,
Right. He cast a spell on you.
you. He cast the spell on
Heath, just roll with it. Shut up.
I don't even know that Heath cast a spell on this guy. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know that
No,
goblin
yeah,
took the money. I'm on his side.
He cast the spell. What an idiot.
either he cast a spell, which I'm pretty sure it was, cause how I felt after, or he put something in our drinks. But I didn't have a headache after, so I'm pretty sure it was magical.
Okay, so you think that goblin right there
Yeah,
is secretly a wizard,
uh-huh.
and he cast a spell on you to steal the chump change you were betting on cards.
Yep, sounds about right. That's how he cheats too.
Checks out with me.
Not there, Heath.
Yes, I am.
Bartender, I
Wait a
think he's had one too many. I'm going to escort him outside.
He looks over at you and goes,
All right, thanks. Don't want him anywhere near here right now.
Do I need to grapple this man, or is he just going to let me take him outside?
seeing as how the bartender has now grabbed his repeating crossbow, and you are right there, he knows he's outnumbered, especially since Caldink is right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll cooperate and let you lead him out.
If he just walks out and leaves, I'm not going to be a dick to him about it. Just like,
Does bullywug skin that's supposed to be moist all the time react to being in a windy plateau?
Well, I mean, he's underground.
yeah, we're a few floors underground.
Okay,
here. He's
alright.
probably fine.
If he's outside and you're standing behind him, it's like having a cool breeze. It's a human.
It's a humidifier.
It's humidified.
Yeah, it's a humidifier.
All right.
And
but
then, once he leaves, I'm gonna pull up the seat next to Caldink and like clap him on the back. Hey, Caldink, how's tricks?
Well, I'd say pretty good. You wouldn't believe how much money I made off of them three last night.
It sounds like quite a lot.
Oh, quite a bit. They've been playing with me for over a month. They managed to win what I had back. We've been playing with the same pool of money, see? They managed to win what I had back
You're
from them.
welcome.
And then, out of nowhere, they fall asleep and I could just take it all back. Anyway, thanks for getting me out of that pickle.
Yeah,
Why?
of course.
What brings you here today?
Well, you know our certain arrangement where you rely on our benevolence and we rely on your information gathering skills.
I'm starting to recall it, yes.
I was wondering if you happen to have gathered any information on some people called the Grey Claws and their hideout known as the Den. They're drug pushers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
He leans over to you and checks to make sure that no one else has come into the inn. The bartender seems to be over washing tankards from last night. And he goes,
listen. Floor 7, block 11, there's a second entryway. If you go down into the sewers, they poked a hole in their wall in the basement, right through the sewers. Sneak in there and you'll get them. I haven't messed with them because I could pay, but I gotta watch out for my back, keep my name, and they make me a little bit of money, but, you made me a lot of money, so here's to paying it forward, I guess.
Thanks, Cal. Bit of a long shot. Do you have any idea why they'd be interested in ancient tablets from? I already forgot what the place is called.
Garden of Stones.
Garden of Stones.
Yeah, an ancient tablet from the Garden of Stones. Like a lot of interest in it.
I mean, I know that they're just small fish. I mean, maybe they got wrapped up into something bigger, but go in and, well, you can ask them for yourselves once you get in there, can't you?
Sure can. Thanks, Calvin.
Yep, anytime.
You know, like, leave a couple of gold on the table, be like, hey, have a couple of rounds up.
He smiles really wide. He pulls out this bag from his waist, and it's about the size of a basketball. He clinks the coins into there and draws it shut and goes,
Thanks, mate.
He doesn't.
I'm gonna head out to go meet up with everyone else then.
alrighty. So we leave with everyone on floor 7, block 11. All right, Henry, you can stop the recording.
All right.
Hey, no, wait, Tristan, do the outro.
All right, boys.
Hey guys, it's me, Stuart. I just wanted to thank you for giving us a listen. I hope we can get out more content to you guys soon. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the show, share the show with your friends, adventuring party, or family on social media. Give us a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you found us. And join our Discord. Again, link is in the description. Thanks.